What's up, everyone? Tag a friend and let them know we're about to get into it.
Welcome to the Speak Her Podcast with your host, Camille Essick, the podcast where innovators and creators connect. Let's get started.
Help keep the Speaker Podcast ad-free. Hit the link below and buy me a coffee. Your support keeps the podcast free of interruptions while bringing you more impactful conversations.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Please share this and tag a friend who needs to hear this.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This is Camille Essick. I'm host of the Speaker Podcast. This is the podcast where innovators and creators connect. What I need you to do right now is hit that notification bell and subscribe. I'm streaming across all various platforms, such as iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Pandora. You can also follow us on Facebook at the Speaker Podcast. I'm on Instagram and other platforms at Camille.Essick. My YouTube channel is growing, y'all. Hit that notification bell and subscribe. And I would love to hear from you. You can also send me an email at thespeakerpodcast@gmail.com. Now, without further ado, I don't know where you've been, but if you are a friend and a follower of the show, you already know who this is. You know it's about to be a good time. My sis, Whitney Victoria, all things fabulous. She's back. Whitney, it is
Hey, girl.
Now, you know what, we have to give the disclaimer. This is how we are offline.
Very much so, y'all. So y'all just coming in on our conversation.
Yes. So let the people know a little bit about who you are and what you do. At this time, you should know, but if not, you're going to find out.
Well, hey, y'all. And Kim, thank you again for having me on the Speak Her Podcast. My name is Whitney Victoria. A wife, mom, style curator, lover of all things fashions. And I'm just saying, I'm just your cool, stylish homegirl.
Absolutely. Hey, Deshaun.
Hey, Deshaun.
Another amazing person. He has definitely been a blessing in my life in this chapter. If you have not done so, you need to slide over right now and follow him. DG Studios, DG Photography, all things Deshaun Gills. If you know, you know. That's
right. I
asked
you to text Deshaun my new number.
Yes, that's a bad man. And when I say he would give it to you raw, no filter, but it's coming from a real place, and I appreciate him for that. He's one of those people. So we're gonna hop right in. First of all, how are you doing?
You know, I am. You know what, y'all? This is what I've been saying. I don't know if y'all saw this meme of this video of Mariah Carey some years back where she was feeling a little good, and she was like, "I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got, but I feel good. I feel good."
Absolutely. Like in this season, it just seems like there are just so many things going on,
right?
Especially in this season with mental health and just trying to keep it together.
Yeah.
Like, what are some of the challenges that you have faced and like daily practices that help you stay grounded just with all the stuff going on?
Oh my gosh, being a mom and you have a partner and, working your 9 to thrive and then working on, your creative business, maybe it's a lot. But one thing that helps me is putting my phone on Do Not Disturb, going to therapy, prayer, journaling, and talking to myself sometimes, talking to the people on my podcast, Oh, and I forgot to mention, y'all, I launched my podcast this year, the Style and Grace podcast. So I am a newly podcaster. I'm really excited about that. But honestly, mental health, like taking care of yourself is part of mental health. So many times we take care of, I know I'm going to speak for myself, taking care of everyone else. Sometimes just putting everyone else before your needs sometimes can actually weigh on you. But I know putting that phone on Do Not Disturb, prioritizing myself, which I need to do better at. I have gotten better, but I could do a lot better than what I've been doing. Therapy, prayer, journaling, and just realizing when you're overwhelmed, like, you know what, I need to sit back and chill, because sometimes we take on what we don't need to take on, and it causes a burden on us and causes us to be having these mood swings and things of that nature. So yeah, prioritizing self.
That's so good. And because we follow each other, I started the Bougie Black Girl Files, and I started to extend it through Instagram and the official BBGF, and also a playlist on my YouTube channel. But one of the things it forced me to do was really reevaluate and redefine for me what the soft life means.
Yeah.
And I think with social media, um, there's just been this narrative of soft life of I don't have to lift a finger, I'm not doing a lot, pamper, um, you know, mani-pedis, things of that nature. And I just really sat with myself and I said, "You know what? Getting a mani-pedi or massage for me is not self-care, that's maintenance. That's something that's required for me
Yeah.
life." To me, when I think about self-care and soft life is what can I do for Camille to reduce stress, make things easier for me? How do I replenish and restore and pour back into myself, on a regular basis? And when I started thinking about it, I was like, for me, self-care, soft life means do not disturb, setting the boundaries, um, not entertaining or realizing that there are people that may not wish me well or want the best for me, or maybe we didn't fall out, but maybe the season has had its course
Right.
and everybody's not gonna go with you. Also evaluating the current circles, like, um, is this a conversation that's edifying? Are we being messy? Or are we talking about ways we can glow up together, how we can grow, but also be a safe space like you and I when we have those moments like, look, I need to take off this put this cape down,
Yeah.
have that real talk. And so when I started to really evaluate those things for myself, it really began to change my perspective on what soft life, self-care really means. And it's deeper than just getting my nails done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. And you know what? Soft life looks different for everyone. For some
It
people who
does.
can't go out all the
Yes,
time, like that nail, that mani pedi, that does help them. But I
it
do
does.
feel like it's different for
Mhm.
everyone.
Yeah, yeah. And for me, it was like, and initially it did start out like that. But the more I began to realize my real worth, I was like, it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
And and I do love the fact shout out to Rico Ricondius, because when I do go to Atlanta and he puts his hands in my scalp, that is a form of care because
Yeah.
it's someone that is taking care of you, they're talking to you, because I feel like as Black women, we take care of everybody.
Mhm.
We nurture everybody. And those little what I call micro care, that
Mhm.
matters too. But even on a bigger scale, how can I create macro, not micro, but macro care for myself, which
Right.
means even a bigger scale. And so just with you and I talking, um, I just look at you like you're a mom, style curator, you're an author, now you're a podcaster, speak like you do all these things but in that, because you have a platform, I have a platform, how do you, like, honor your message and you realize it's bigger than just going viral? Like, how do you stay true to your platform's purpose?
So I think just being who I am.
Mhm,
Um, I take pride in like I am who I am on social media and off of social media. Like I take pride in that because I don't ever want anyone to come to me or feel like, oh, Whitney is not who she is, online. And that is that's very important. How you talk to people, how you treat people. I always say like when people never forget how you treat them. So I am very mindful of how I interact with others. I'm very mindful of how I treat others because it costs nothing to be kind. First
mhm,
of all, I got my first job at 16, and customer service has been just instilled in me, right? So I take that with me all the time. So it doesn't matter like what I'm doing. Like it's you just have to be mindful of how you treat people. And I also just want to be mindful of like I want to be, I don't ever want somebody to say, "Oh, that's just not Whitney's character." Like she is not like that. You know what I mean? Not saying that I care, I value other people's opinions, but I value my character, and I always want my character to speak for itself.
Absolutely. Big on that. We were kinda talking about character before we started, and that's something that's paramount to me as far as just being who I present online and offline, which matters
Yeah.
more than anything, because at the flick of a switch, this could go away,
For
you know,
right.
this could go
Right.
away, but then I've still gotta live this life, you know,
Right.
and I think that matters. So in that, what do you say what's practical encouragement for listeners, like steps they can take today to protect their peace, but then also steward their influence on platforms like this as well?
Oh, that's good. You know what? I talked a little bit about this on my last podcast episode. It's called Character Over Comfort, right? And basically, my friend Amanda, shout out to Amanda, sent me a TikTok. And I'm paraphrasing, and on the TikTok, it was basically saying, uh like, why I gotta go through this, and the person was like, why do I have to go through this, or anything blase, not blase blah, but and then the video went to say, God is not interested in your comfort. God is interested in your character. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times we're like, why me? Why me? And I was the same way. Like, Lord, why I gotta go through this? Like, I'm doing good. Like, that song, I've been lied on, cheated, talked about, like all of that I have been through. And I'm like, and in that, I have never lost my character. Like, I never went out of character. I wanted to. I wanted to
Wanted
say, you
to.
know what, God, like, look, these people lying on me,
Yeah.
or this is happening. Like, why? Like, and it was like, Lord, why can't I act up? Why can't I
I
nut
wanna
if
crash
you
out
buck?
too.
You know what I'm saying? Why can't I crash out? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I feel like when you have an influence, and I feel like we all have influence, right?
Mhm.
There's a responsibility that comes with this. You get what I'm saying? And you can either use this, you can either use your influence to be for positive or for negative. And I don't ever want to steer somebody wrong. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And even though as influencers, because we all are influencers, we have a responsibility. So for
Mhm.
me, as for me and mine, as for me and myself, I don't ever want to appear to be one way and I'm not. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I ain't going. There were times I'm like, Lord, I
Yeah.
want to pop off.
Yeah.
I want to go off, but
Mhm.
I can't. And think about our dog Joe. Think about him. You know what I'm saying? Think about him.
Yeah.
And his wife was like, "Yo, you gonna curse God?" And he was like, "Woman, are you crazy?" Even though he
Mhm.
went through all of that, yet he questioned God, but he questioned God and he grieved, but he was never like, okay, you know what, God, I'm sick of it. Like,
Yeah.
just whatever. Um, but yeah, it's just a responsibility, and just being who I am. I don't want to be anyone else. I am not trying to appease to anyone else. I just want my influence to be impactful. Um, I just want to be impactful
I think
in
you're
a
doing an
positive
awesome
light.
job. Yeah, I think you're doing an amazing job at that. And you said something and that resonated with me because it's like in this season, it seems like there's been so many things that has happened in an attempt to get me to respond, as the kids say, crash out, act out of
Yeah,
character. Times I've wanted to not even sub post, but just post. And every time God has been like,
delete.
yeah,
Don't
backspace,
even back up,
yeah,
delete. Don't even
all of that.
entertain.
And he's even told me to be quiet, not to defend myself,
Mm-hmm.
just the spirit of hush.
Because you
And
know what?
mhm,
There are situations, and I talked about this as well, where you won't even have to say anything. Your character will speak for itself. You get what
yeah,
I'm saying? So sometimes we just need to be quiet and
yeah,
let the character speak for itself.
but the flesh hates it because like in our personhood, we want to feel um advocated for, we want to
Mm-hmm.
defend, and the what's the saying? You don't argue with a fool because if somebody say on the outside, they won't be able to tell which one is foolish. You'll both
Right.
look crazy. And so it's just been like just be quiet, let it roll, don't defend yourself, don't try to justify, don't try to explain, because in the end, a lot of things, they will pan out,
Yeah.
but it's also been God testing my character, my discipline, because, we watch all these sermons, we go to church, we pay our tithes, we pray, we turn our plate over, but then it's like, "Okay, I'm over that," and then God says, "Oh, really? Now here comes the test." Because
Mm-hmm.
the test is where let's put your money where mouth is and see how mature spiritually you really become.
Mm-hmm.
And He's watching, and He's looking like, "Okay, she's mad, but she's not saying anything." And God is not afraid of our humanity, but at the end of the day, it's what about the divinity side? Like, how do you
Right.
manage the slander or, the defamation of character or, people walk like, how do you handle the adversity? That's where it really matters. And so when you're going through those things, that's where you really see your maturity, but it also shows you how God has graced you
Mm-hmm.
because you don't look like what you've experienced. And I know you're gonna tell your story, and I already told you I want the exclusive, but if people knew the other side, the B side,
If they only knew.
yeah,
If they see the style and grace, they see Whitney, and like I was, you know this, when I was
yes.
going through one of the toughest challenges, I'm showing up, I'm smiling, but still dealing like it was tough, and I'm looking forward to sharing that
I want
stuff.
the exclusive. I gotta have the exclusive on that because
Yes.
y'all, I just said I got a phone call and I was like, "Say less."
Mm-hmm.
And when I say we fell in line
Mm-hmm.
and just held our sis up, like,
Yes. Yep.
it's so good,
Stay
y'all.
tuned, y'all. Stay
Stay
tuned.
tuned.
Stay tuned.
So in that, how do you navigate the moments when you're like, "Man, I gotta be strong. I don't feel like being strong, but I
Mm-hmm.
have to be."
Mm. I think I talked about this before. Um, I was something else had happened. I was like, Lord, something else is going on. Like, what is it? Can I catch a break? And somebody came to me, and somebody was like, "You'll be all right. You're strong." And in that moment, I was like, I know I'm strong, but
I don't wanna be.
I don't want to have to deal with this. You get what
Mhm.
I'm saying? And being strong is not always easy, especially for the quote unquote strong friend, because no one really checks on the strong friend because you're praying. And, well, Kim, you know how we do, but you're praying and you helping everyone else, and it's just kind of like, oh, she good, she'll be all right. But I don't want to say I really don't know how to navigate it, because I've gotten to a point now where if things are getting heavy, it's like I don't have the capacity for it, so I'm not even going to take it on anymore. Because
Mm.
for one, I have to live for myself. I have a family that I have to live for, so a lot of things that I'm not even taking on anymore. I don't have the capacity for it. Yes, I'm strong, but I'm not taking on that.
Where does it go? Like, where does that go? Like, where does God meet you in your vulnerability and not your perfection? Because we have, our things, but where does God meet you in those spaces when you are vulnerable with Him to say, "I don't have the capacity for this," or, "God, this is too heavy for me." Like, how do you navigate that space?
I just say it. And like Camille, whatever I can control, I can't control it. I'm in a season right now where if it's out of my control, I'm not worrying about it. I'm not gonna stress about it, even though our flesh will tell us to. You really got to pray for a peace that surpasses all understanding. Like in the last 5 years, I have been through some unimaginable things, right?
Yeah,
So
and you had
I'm
to
at a
cast your
point.
care on Him.
Yeah, so I've been through the unimaginable, y'all. So I'm at a point now where, girl, that's just water under the bridge. You
Mhm.
know, like, God, you
Yeah,
got it. That's all you got. I'm gonna let you handle that. So that's that.
I love that for you, and just in this space, because without saying, but saying, there was a moment where you had a a solution. Like, I know how I could handle this
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, that little glass break in case of emergency?
Yup.
We had to, like, pry that little hammer out of your hand because you could have handled it
I could have.
a certain
Because
way, but
I was like, God, you're not, you're taking too long. Like, God, what is the problem?
yeah,
All right. I
yeah,
feel like I had to be like Peter, like, God, let me do this right quick.
yes. And I guess in your transparency, even in mine, I wanna say 3 weeks ago, and you know how we talk about the divine side of us and the humanity side of, and I had a human moment, and you know how we talk to God aloud and we have these conversations with God. With I said, "God, I didn't sign up for this."
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't in this nice, calm tone.
Right.
I had a little heat in my chest when I said it. Had a
Yep.
little weight, little vibrato, little gravitas to my voice. And I was like, "God, if this is really what you're saying, fix it. If this is really what you're telling me, and this is what you're showing me, and this is where you're taking me, fix it, cause I don't have it. I've poured out, I've done all." And I just kinda had a little venting moment with God.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like at the same time, it was like, you know, he can like snatch you right now
Right.
talking to him like
Right.
this.
Right.
But I don't think it was like disrespect. It was just my heart
Yeah.
hurt and angry and frustrated and tired. But God is not afraid of that.
Mm-mm.
And he allowed me to have that real moment. And I think sometimes he's waiting for us to say those things
Mm-hmm.
so he can really step in and move.
Exactly. You had them. I remember I was maybe sometime last year, I was like, Lord, I am not Job. So stop doing this to me. Like, stop doing this to me, God. I'm not Job. I didn't ask for this. Like, I ain't one of your strong soldiers, Lord. This ain't me. And I saw my friend Jess in Target. And I think it was very divine because she doesn't live in, my city. And I saw her, um, and before we before the Target thing. But I had
Cause
to
you
be
know, people
spam.
like, what you doing? It was
This was
pre-boycott,
before. This was before.
pre, yeah.
But and I was like, yeah, I told God that I don't want to be. I am not Job. I'm tired of this. And she was like, but what if this is your Job season? Like, how are you going to handle yourself in this Job season? And I was a very humble in that moment. I was like, okay, what are you teaching me in this season? What do I need to um, take from this season? So yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. But I will say what since that moment 3 weeks ago, my prayer life, I have experienced um another level of openness with God, like
Mm-hmm.
another place of, I guess I could say the word tenderness or vulnerability with him since I had that little, I guess, tantrum with him. And now I find myself being more vocal or more honest about other parts of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's allowed um a more intimate, or the encounter with God is more intense because those parts of my heart I'm not withholding anymore.
Right. Right. And even though he already knows, it's more fact that you are being vulnerable enough to be like, you know what? This is what's going on. Like, this is what, and then that's what he wants, that intimacy with him.
Yeah. So where are you now? We're gonna turn the page a little bit. First of all, congrats on the Style and Grace podcast.
Thank you,
You know,
girl.
we talked about this offline a little bit, but now it's here in fruition. And just to welcome you to the podcast community,
Thank
I want
you.
to personally welcome you, even though I've done so offline, but to do so openly because you know you're my girl.
Yes.
And what really inspired you to start the pod, and what is the message and just the heart behind your podcast?
Yeah. So first of all, thank you. This podcast, I was like 5 years in the making. So I remember 2019 and 2020. I was like, I had this idea. I want to do this podcast. I remember I reached out to our girl Jess and I was like, Jess, I want to, do this podcast. A girl, I already had, like, I wish I had my notebook, but I had, this was like right before COVID hit, and I had all of my topics lined up, what I want to talk about. I had all the guests, and then I reached out to Jess, told her what I want, and I was like, what kind of mic should I get? And she was like, you know what, girl, don't even worry about the mic. I got it for you. It was it was supplied to me.
Mhm.
And then I think, COVID hit, then transition with my job, and it was just like one thing after another. Um, and I also felt like during that time I was going through so much, because that's when a break of all those series of things that just kept
Mhm.
happening. And I felt like I was supposed to start it this year, because 5 years ago I was not healed. Because I feel like when we have these platforms, a lot of us get on here unhealed, hurt, toxic, and etc. And we bleed that on sometimes to others, right? And that creates other unhealed, toxic, and etc. Like I said before, I feel like if you have influence, you do have a responsibility. Either you're gonna, be positive, or you're gonna be negative, or you're gonna be in between. And I
Mhm.
thank God that I didn't launch those years ago, because ain't no telling what would have came out of my mouth. I wouldn't have been talking about Job. I would have been saying, you know
Girl,
what, we about to fight today.
I will say, and speaking on which, like when I say your evolution, y'all don't know spicy Whitney
Right.
like I do.
I came a
And
long way.
long,
I came
thank
a
you,
long
Jesus.
way.
A lot of
I came a
prayer.
long way.
And the timing is everything.
For
And I
sure.
and I can concur. It definitely would have been a different
It wouldn't have been
temperature.
style and grace.
It wouldn't have been Style and Grace.
Yeah,
It
it wouldn't have been Style and Grace. And on the
yeah,
Style and Grace podcast, we talk, all things life, like life, lifestyle, motherhood, parenthood,
yes. And I love this
all
for you.
things. I feel like it's like my personal journal, to
Yeah.
the world. But I am excited about upcoming guests. I'm excited about the upcoming event. Like you mentioned, in January, I'll be doing my live podcast segment, so I'll be celebrating 1 year. So I am really,
Yay.
really excited about it, and I
Yes.
appreciate everybody and
Yes.
just for supporting me this far.
Yeah. And I love the fact that I can hear the calm.
Mm-hmm.
Like just y'all I'm like, wait, come back. And to
Yeah.
be where you are now, and the fact that I can be here to witness and celebrate this Whitney 3.0. And I just love where you are now. I love where you're going. I
Oh,
love
thank you.
your show up. I love your glow up.
Oh,
Um, just your sisterhood, your friendship,
oh,
um, just what you're doing, and other little brown girls, they need to see you. And the
oh,
fact that
thank
you
you.
decide to show up, we wanna say thank you.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. It means a lot.
Yes, and I think for other young moms and wives out there, they need a Whitney. They need to see
Oh,
what it's like to be mom and wife and working and the style curator and the social media influence. They need to see all of that, but in a space, in a tone where it's not scripted,
mm-hmm.
it's authentic, it's not forced, it's
Right.
not, "Oh, well, this social media influence." It's you. It's not
Yeah.
copy and paste, it's you.
Thank you,
So
girl.
I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait to see where this goes for you.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having my back. I appreciate you.
Girl,
A
if
long time
nobody else
coming.
yes, if no one else, Like, I just want to give you your flowers and just keep flying, keep soaring, keep shining. Do it.
Thank you. I will. I will.
Do it.
I came too far. I came too far.
Yeah.
Too far.
And we ain't
Too
gonna start
far.
crying because we do that too, y'all.
Every
So
time.
we're gonna
Every
turn the
time.
corner again. So in this space of being a wife, a mom, and we hear all this stuff about Aisha Curry and girl, just a lot happening. I What is your take on being able to show up and be the mom, but give yourself time to be you? Because outside of being a wife and mom, you still have dreams,
Oh
you still
yeah,
have purpose, you still have goals.
for
So how
sure.
do you manage that and not get lost being the wife and the mom?
First of all, they need to give Aisha Curry a break. Because I think they took a clip and did not listen to the entire interview. Like they did not listen to the entire
People
interview.
just want to be mad.
Yeah, some people just want to be mad. Like they didn't listen to the entire interview. And I could relate to her.
Mm-mm.
Um, because I was her. Like my life was surrounded, it revolved around my family. Like I lost myself, I let go of myself, taking
Mhm.
care of my family, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like I felt like that a part of me, like a part of, I felt like that was my identity. And it was like, girl, no, you got to start taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself. And it's, and then you have that mom guilt, like, well, I don't want to. Honey, to the mamas, if you're listening, let me pick up this mic. Take care of yourself. Take some time out for yourself, mothers. Okay, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I feel like moms need a weekend. Okay, now I only have one child. To the mothers that have two or more, God bless you,
I see
because
these women on social media. They're like, "Oh, I got 3 under 5."
God bless y'all, because man, motherhood is, ain't no hood like motherhood. Like it is a journey. But I was there where my life literally revolved around my family, and I just put myself on the back burner. I feel like I'm just now stepping into this, you know, Whitney Victoria, understanding who she is, figuring out what she likes outside of style curating, outside of podcasting. Like, girl, what else do you like to do besides looking at clothes and trying on clothes? Like, try this hobby. What else you like to do besides cooking and taking care and making sure everything is taken care of for your family? Like, find out who you are outside of your partner, your child. There is more to life than being a mother. Like it's beautiful. It like I said, ain't no hood like motherhood. But I don't ever want, now this is for the women who um feel like their identity is in your mother. And for some that, and some, for some women that's them, and that's okay. That's okay. But this is for the mom who is like, oh my gosh, I just feel like I'm losing myself. I don't know what to do. You gotta take time out for yourself, because if not, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. You're gonna drive
Right.
yourself crazy. So yeah.
So, as we begin to wrap up, little product plug because y'all, anytime I'm rocking my red lip,
Mm-hmm.
you already know it is the flagship color Victorious by
Yes, I
Whitney
got it on
Victoria.
now.
And I can't, I'm not going to say and put it on people. I want to know what's up with the relaunch. Like,
I
I
am
am
working
milking my
on it.
tubes. I'm milking my 2 little tubes.
Honey, I'm working on it. I promise y'all, I am working on it. Stay tuned. Come on, you know I'm gonna send you your tube as soon as I get that the new product. Okay, I got you.
Cause you know, I make content for the brand.
You
Like,
do. You the best brand ambassador ever, honey. If nobody don't be rocking their Whitney Victoria lipstick, Camilla's gonna have on her Victorious Whitney Victoria lipstick, and
I
I
do.
appreciate you for that, honey. I do.
But every time I wear it, I get compliments because the red pops. It's brown girl friendly.
Yes, it is,
Y'all, when I say it is long wear, it's great, but I can wash my face after being out.
and it still won't come off.
Girl, wake up lips are like still holding pigment.
Yeah, long wear, honey. Long wear.
Heavy on
Okay.
the long wear. And I'm just like, I love this color, but trying to get it off,
Yes, honey. Y'all
child.
stay tuned. It's coming. I'm working, y'all. I am working. I promise
Yes.
you I am.
And I want to shout out one more business today. So I was walking around downtown, uptown Charlotte, and there was like this Oktoberfest going on, and there was a booth, and this company called Soul and VSSL. This
Oh, that's some
is
cute packaging.
listen, it is fine fragrance, bath and body care, and home fragrance, and Black owned, of course, because that's where I like to spend my money. They have candles, lippies, body butters, body sprays.
I love it.
I ended up buying 2. I purchased, Black Rose, and I bought the, Coco London, and when I say they smell amazing,
I
I
got to check
cannot.
them out.
Yes, I'm gonna do reviews on my social media, very soon, but when I say the owners were not husband and wife duo, lovely
Love
couple.
it.
I got they're kinda like travel size because I wanted to try them out with my body chemistry, but they have the full size bottles that are approximately about the size of this packaging, and I know I'm gonna be back for more. They're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, they do have a website. So I told them I was gonna shout them out tonight on my podcast, and I wanna keep my word. So if you go to TikTok and Instagram at Soul SOLANDVSSL. Follow them and shop and
Support y'all.
tell them I sent you. So with that being said, before we wrap up, Whitney, do you have like any takeaways, nuggets for the listeners and viewers until you come back? And then also, where can people find you on social media? Because you've been doing some really good things.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes, takeaways, if you can prioritize yourself more. Because if you're not good to yourself, you ain't gonna be good to nobody else. Okay? You guys can find me on Instagram. I am Whitney.Victoria. Facebook, I am Whitney. No, just Facebook, Whitney Victoria. And again, Cam, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate you guys. And yes, the Grace Gathering is happening January 17th. You can follow me on my page, Instagram or Facebook for more information, for tickets. I would love to have you guys there. Again, live podcast segment, networking, and more, y'all. It's going to be a time. Okay, a time will be had. So I'm super excited about it.
Awesome. I really love it, and thank you for coming. And y'all, if you wanna connect with me, you gotta connect with me. I have a QR code, that you can also, scan and follow. It's there on the I guess it would be the upper right hand of the screen. You can, scan that there. If you wanna connect, with my YouTube channel, hit that notification bell and subscribe. Also, here on my website at CamilleEssie.com, there is the QR code for that as well. In addition to, my other, for the link tree, like, if you wanna just grab everything, scan that particular QR code, and you can grab everything. As you know, I'm working to make things so much easier for you all. Heart and Soul is coming back in November. The lineup is going to be phenomenal. So what
I
I need
know it
to
is.
girl, listen, and it is the fellas. My brothers are coming through. And Whitney, I don't
I
bring flaky.
know. I know. I
I
know. I
don't do
know.
flaky. So it's gonna be a really good time. I'm very excited about this year. Um, be sure to stay in the loop. Follow me on Facebook at Camille.Essig, also on TikTok. There also send me an email at the speaker podcast at gmail.com. Hit that notification bell, subscribe on YouTube, and mark your calendars because Heart and Soul, November 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With some nice brothers. We'll have a really good conversation. So in the panel, chef's kiss. That's all I gotta say. So with that being said, everybody, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you again to my guests, and also thank you for joining us on this episode of the Speaker Podcast. If you were late catching the conversation, no worries. Slide over to my YouTube channel and catch the replay. Be sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Help keep the Speaker Podcast ad-free. Hit the link below and buy me a coffee. Your support keeps the podcast free of interruptions while bringing you more impactful conversations.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Speak Her Podcast. Be sure to follow Camille on Instagram at camille.essick, Facebook at the Speak Her Podcast, or www.camilleessick.com.